Hey folks, little Marco looks like he's going to be able to take a measure of revenge and also have the high ground at the same time. Rex Tillerson had to appear before the Foreign Relations Committee, of which Marco Rubio is a member. Marco Rubio led the charge against this guy and basically made Tillerson look like a person that was in the pocket of Vladimir Putin. He made this guy look so bad that the Senate confirmation hearing, and I don't know who the chairman was, and I watched part of it, and I'm going to go back and watch the whole thing. But they initially had scheduled 2 days of confirmation hearings for Rex Tillerson. Rubio made this guy look so bad, they canceled the second day, okay? So Tillerson has got some problems. Now, I'm going to play the clip from Hardball and let you decide for yourself. But in my opinion, if Rubio really wants to make a name for himself, he will torpedo this guy. Here we go.
Would you advise the president-elect to repeal the Obama administration's recent executive orders regarding cybersecurity and Russian interference in the 2016 elections?
I would support that what's really required is a comprehensive assessment of our cyber threat and cybersecurity policies.
All the executive order says is that certain individuals responsible for cyber actions against the United States will be sanctioned, and you still need to examine whether that's a good idea or not. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that was just one example of where Rubio made this guy look bad. Then he also asked Tillerson if Vladimir Putin was a thug and a war criminal, and Tillerson wouldn't say yeah. Okay, so then Rubio hits him with the, well, the whole world thinks this guy's a war criminal because of what he did in Aleppo, where he was bombing, and he did say the Russians, which they were, bombing hospitals and schools directly, okay? They were killing innocent civilians. And Rubio said, based on that, which is documented, would you say that Vladimir Putin is a war criminal? Tillerson would not come off of, he needs more information. And that's all he said damn near the entire time that Rubio was asking him questions. So that guy's on a hot seat. All right, here's the segment from Hardball, and it's pretty damning. So we're going to see. Now, Rubio's is thinking about running in 2020. So he may start making his bones against Trump starting right here, right now. And honestly, he will have a lot of support.
Florida Republican Senator Marco Rubio yesterday grilling Donald Trump's nominee for Secretary of State, former ExxonMobil CEO Rex Tillerson. Well, if Democrats on the Foreign Relations Committee fall in line and oppose Tillerson, it would only take one Republican to join them and derail this nomination. And Rubio could be that Republican. He told reporters that he doesn't know how he plans to vote. Here he goes.
Many of his answers were concerning to me, but there's a chance now to submit some questions in writing, which we'll do as well, and we'll go back and I'll consider everything. I'll read through it again, and I'll make a decision here very soon.
Are you leaning one way or another?
I wouldn't characterize it that way quite yet.
Should you make the decision and vote against him, you could stall this committee, this nomination in committee. Are you prepared to be the one Republican to vote no?
Well, I'm prepared to do what's right.
That was the right answer.
Well, blocking Tillerson's nomination would be a body blow, of course, to the new administration. It should come to no surprise that Rubio is the Republican toying with the fate of President-elect Trump's nominee. The fight between Rubio and Trump during the 2016 Republican primary campaign was downright ugly. Let's watch.
The guy's a total mess. And, I joked recently about, can you imagine Putin sitting there waiting for a meeting, and Rubio walks in and he's totally drenched. I don't know what it is, but I've never seen a human being sweat like this man sweats.
I got to go back to that one. seriously, you see this.
Spray tan.
Ever seen a human?
Okay, I'm sorry. You see that smug son of a bitch standing behind Trump? Chris Christie, who did everything. He bent over. He took it without the grease, figuring that he was going to get something out of it. And Trump basically got a free screw without having to pay any of the cost. Flippin' incredible.
Sweat like this.
Spray tan in America is attacking me for putting on makeup. Have you seen his hands? They're like this. And you know what they say about men with small hands? You can't trust them.
Mr. Trump, I have a policy question for you, sir.
Let's see if he answers it.
I will. Don't worry about it, Mark. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, little Marco. I will.
All right, well, let's hear Big Dog.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, little Marco.
Well, now that Rubio could be the deciding vote on Tillerson, will he bring down Trump's nominee? Will he abstain, or will he sell out and fall in line with his party? Michael Steele is the former chair of the Republican National Committee and an MSNBC political analyst. Ron Reagan is also an MSNBC political analyst. I want to start with you, Mr.
You know, I was going to play the entire back and forth, but basically, Richard Steele and Ron Reagan both said the same thing. Donald Trump acts like Donald Trump in every situation other than when it has to do with Vladimir Putin. And if he doesn't act like his normal self when it comes to Vladimir Putin, something is wrong. If it looks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. And there is obviously, as I have continued to say, Putin has got something on Donald Trump. And Marco Rubio's got an opportunity to knock this one out of the park.